If you lose this election, particularly if the loss is a significant one, will you step down as the leader of the Labour Party? Yes. That single word hangs heavy in the air, a brief but profound moment in the political chaos that has enveloped the United Kingdom. The pressure on UK leadership is mounting to levels unseen in recent history, and the stakes have never been higher. One pivotal event is shaking the foundations of British politics. An extraordinary petition, signed by over 3 million citizens, demanding a general election. This surge of activism is not just a statistic. It's an outcry from a nation disillusioned by broken promises and stagnant leadership. Millions of voices are joining together, united by a single resounding message. Enough is enough. This movement is not a fleeting spark. It is a wildfire spreading across every corner of the nation. It challenges the status quo and demands accountability from those in power. The sheer scale of this petition is unprecedented, and its implications are monumental. For those who believe the UK deserves better, this is not a moment to stand by idly. It's a call to action, a rallying cry for change. The question now is whether those in power will listen or whether they will ignore the voices of the people once again. In today's parliamentary debate, the dominant issue isn't merely the petition itself, but the deeply entrenched erosion of trust in Keir Starmer's leadership. This is not just another wave of online activism. It's a collective demand for transformative change from the very people Starmer pledged to represent. The implications extend far beyond his approval ratings or the Labour Party's internal struggles. It's about the growing discontent with an entire political system that many believe has failed to deliver. The debate in Parliament will test the resilience of this movement and the willingness of politicians to confront the harsh realities laid bare by the petition. This is not about trivial social media outrage. It's a profound expression of frustration with leadership that has fallen short time and time again. The petition's explosive growth underscores a critical point. The public's patience has worn thin, and they are demanding to be heard. The momentum of this movement cannot be dismissed as mere noise. It is the pulse of a nation grappling with disillusionment and a profound yearning for accountability. Starmer's approval ratings tell a story of leadership in crisis. At just 39%, his numbers have plummeted from the promising highs he enjoyed when he first assumed the Labour leadership. This stark decline reflects a broader sentiment of betrayal among voters who once placed their trust in him. Many feel he has failed to deliver on his promises, leaving a vacuum in leadership that is increasingly difficult to ignore. The very people who supported him in hopes of a fresh start now feel disillusioned, their optimism replaced by frustration. Broken promises have become the hallmark of Starmer's leadership. His pledge to abolish tuition fees resonated deeply with young voters burdened by mounting student debt. Yet this promise was abandoned, leaving an entire generation feeling let down. The cost of living crisis has only compounded these frustrations. Families are struggling with soaring energy bills, rising food prices, and stagnant wages. Despite these pressing issues, Labour's response under Starmer's leadership has been lackluster, filled with vague proposals that fail to inspire confidence. The public's demand for action is clear, and the petition is a reflection of their dissatisfaction. The debate in Parliament is not just about the petition's legitimacy, but also a test of the Labour Party's ability to respond to the public's growing discontent. The stakes are incredibly high. This petition, backed by millions, represents a profound shift in the political landscape. It's a wake-up call to a party that many believe has lost its way. The Labour Party, once the voice of the working class, now faces criticism for abandoning its roots. Starmer's shift toward centrism has alienated core supporters, leaving many wondering whether Labour can still claim to represent the interests of ordinary people. The implications of this petition stretch beyond Starmer's leadership. It's a reflection of the public's broader dissatisfaction with the political establishment. For years, voters have felt ignored, their concerns dismissed by politicians more focused on maintaining power than delivering real change. This petition has given them a platform to voice their frustrations and demand accountability. It's a reminder that true leadership requires not just words but meaningful action. The debate in Parliament is not just about the petition's legitimacy, but also a test of the Labour Party's ability to respond to the public's growing discontent. The stakes are incredibly high. This petition, backed by millions, represents a profound shift in the political landscape. It's a wake-up call to a party that many believe has lost its way. The Labour Party, once the voice of the working class, now faces criticism for abandoning its roots. Starmer's shift toward centrism has alienated core supporters, leaving many wondering whether Labour can still claim to represent the interests of ordinary people. The implications of this petition stretch beyond Starmer's leadership. It's a reflection of the public's broader dissatisfaction with the political establishment. For years, voters have felt ignored, their concerns dismissed by politicians more focused on maintaining power than delivering real change. This petition has given them a platform to voice their frustrations and demand accountability. It's a reminder that true leadership requires not just words, but meaningful action. Housing, healthcare, and education, once the cornerstones of Labour's agenda, are now sources of growing disillusionment. The housing crisis continues to worsen, with families facing unaffordable rents and growing homelessness. Labour's promises to address these issues have been vague and uninspiring, leaving many feeling abandoned. In healthcare, the NHS is grappling with unprecedented challenges, yet Labour has failed to present a robust plan to strengthen the system. The public's frustration is palpable. They see a party that seems more focused on political maneuvering than on addressing their real concerns. The petition's strength lies in its ability to unite people across generational and political divides. From young voters disillusioned by Starmer's broken promises to working-class families struggling to make ends meet, this movement represents a broad coalition of voices demanding change. It's a reminder that the Labour Party's future depends on its ability to reconnect with these voters and address their concerns. The pressure on Starmer's leadership is mounting, and the cracks are becoming impossible to ignore. Once seen as a beacon of hope for a revitalized Labour Party, he now faces unprecedented challenges. The party's approval ratings have hit historic lows, and the public's confidence in his leadership is waning. This petition has brought these issues to the forefront, forcing Labour to confront the reality of its situation. The question is whether the party can adapt and rise to the occasion, or whether it will continue down a path that risks further alienating its core supporters. The debate in Parliament is more than a test of Labour's political strategy. It's a test of its commitment to the people it claims to represent. Will Labour listen to the 3 million voices calling for change? Or will it dismiss their concerns as mere noise? The answer will have profound implications for the party's future and the nation's political landscape. As the debate unfolds, the stakes for Labour and Starmer could not be higher. The party's ability to address the public's concerns and rebuild trust will determine its future. This petition is not just about Starmer's leadership. It's a call for a political system that prioritizes accountability, transparency, and action over empty promises and partisan politics. The public is demanding more, and it's up to Labour to deliver. The growing discontent reflected in the petition is a symptom of a deeper malaise in British politics. For too long, voters have felt ignored, their voices drowned out by a political class more focused on self-preservation than on serving the public. This petition is a powerful reminder that the people of the UK are no longer willing to accept the status quo. They want leaders who will listen, act, and deliver on their promises. As the petition's momentum continues to build, it's clear that this is more than just a fleeting moment of activism. It's a movement that demands to be taken seriously. For Labour, the choice is clear. Adapt and address the public's concerns or risk irrelevance. The stakes could not be higher, and the decisions made now will shape the future of the party and the nation. The next general election will be a defining moment for Labour and for British politics as a whole. The public's frustration with the current political system is undeniable, and this petition is a powerful expression of their desire for change. Whether Labour can rise to the occasion remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. The voices of 3 million people cannot be ignored. They have spoken, and now it's up to the politicians to listen and act. The future of the UK depends on it.